I am thrilled to be here. I hope this is just the first of many nights we get to spend together. That camp night seems so far ago. I also want to thank all of my friends for being here. I'm going to read a couple of short passages from my novel, You Can Make Him Like You, which Greg has very generously supported. And I want to give a big shout out to all my friends here. I'll just read a couple of scenes. Again, this is a novel that came out several months ago. I should add that last time I was in New York, a place we once lived, I had a chance to read with the great Ken Walrup. Ken, give us a hand. Thank you, sir. If you have not read Ken Walrup, please read his short stories. They are fantastic. Anyway, we read together, and at the time I was reading a novel, most likely to read or don't mind, that opens with a scene quasi-mocking the Peace Corps, and at the time I had a former intern who'd been in the Peace Corps. She was very offended. So I told her at the time, you'll probably be offended by the next book if I keep to the first sentence, and here we go. The first sentence of the new book. I am on top of the intern. Luckily, she's not here. Not true. Anyway, she is wearing her panties and nothing else, and she is not this intern, but she's the only intern I still talk to. Her skin is fresh and smooth, and little baby hairs on her thighs undulate to and fro with my very exhale. She has a dreamy look on her face, and I want to believe this means she is getting off or will soon. I also want to believe that despite my ever-expanding waistline, this also means that I am a fucking porn star, or at least will be tonight. The reality, though, is that the intern is 24 years old, and I haven't been with someone her age since I was, in fact, 24 years old myself. Still, I should find this invigorating. By the way, Greg asked me to start with this chapter, so there you go. And I do. It should be a celebration of some kind, and it is. But if I'm truthful, and I want to be truthful, this is a KGB bar, I'm also terribly distracted, unable to fully concentrate on the task at hand. And no, I am not distracted by the police sirens, nor the obvious reasons. I'm not questioning whether I still have the stamina and skill to pull this off, nor am I focused on how I will feel about becoming such a cliche. I'm also mostly able to ignore the fact that I am not as cool, smooth, good-looking, or as young as I once was. That on paper, at least, the intern's interest in me makes no sense at all. Or that my wife Liz and I have been married for 8 years. That this should be somehow factored into how I feel about all this. No, what is distracting to me is actually more of a housekeeping question. How did I get here? I mean, literally. How did the intern come home with me? And by that I mean, how did we literally get home? I feel like I should have a better handle on this as we proceed, but I don't, not at all. I'm about to bang the intern, and I had no interest or intention of doing so, much less believing I ever could. So, we are at the Lucky Strike, this bar and bowling alley in Michigan. Michigan? No, on Michigan Avenue, excuse me. This place is filled with an endless array of enormous televisions covering every sport happening everywhere, and an endless array of Midwestern-type babes with their blonde hair and lush white skin. I am at the bar. It is 6, okay, 7 gin and tonics into the night. I am mostly minding my own business, but the intern is there, and I am staring at her whenever I think she is distracted and not paying attention to me. There is the black skirt, the long legs, the bob cut and freckles, and I have no choice. But again, I am only staring until she suddenly walks over, hammered and sloppy and not nearly as professional as always. Hey Keith, she says, smiling. How are you doing, I say. Are you old enough to drink? Seriously, I don't like anyone arrested. Very funny. I'm 24 fucking years old. And my parents don't care, why should you? Did you just compare me to my parents, I say? Seriously, am I that old? You're so focused on age, she says. You don't seem old at all. You're very generous, I say. I'm not sure my wife would agree, though. Why did I mention my wife? Why would I mention her? The intern twirls her hair a little. Fuck. Twirling her hair is not good. That's not good. You know what I like about you, she says? You always talk about your wife. Pretty sexy. She smiles. Is she hitting on me? That's impossible. Still, this is bad, very bad. It's funny though, she says. Since you seem so into your wife, I think if you ever actually hit on me, like really hit on me, It'd be kind of gross. Is that weird? What? That you think I'm into my wife? Weird, no. Is that the kiss of death? Yes. Not that I should care. I don't care, but I do, because I don't. No, I do, really. No, it's cool, I say, and it makes sense, because, you know, now I can't hit on you. I mean, that would be awkward. Holy shit, did I just say that? Yes, I did. Jesus. Yeah, she says uncomfortably. I'll see you later. I'm a loser. I down my drink and I go home. So what happened? And when? How much did I drink? Did the intern literally get less creeped out by me? Or did you just get more hammered? I mean, seriously. I should retrace my steps. Did we take the train? Could we have walked? Why am I focusing on this? I have to refocus. Naked intern. Naked intern. Naked hot intern. What is that? Oh, fuck. Is someone literally knocking on the front door? No, that's impossible. It must be the drunken neighbor. It must be. Open the fucking door! Someone shouts. I have to pee. Oh, Jesus, that was loud. Ignore it. Focus. Get back to work. Keith, could you please make sure that isn't our door, Liz says? So we can get back to this later. Totally. I look down. I am not on top of the intern. It's Liz. I'm having sex with my wife. And yes, my wife is here tonight. That's interesting. And no, this last comment means we may be getting back to sex, but likely we won't be getting back. It doesn't work like that. If you stop, you're done till the next time. Not that you ever really know what the next time is. Open the fucking door, bitch! Keith, please go, Liz says. I'm going. I put on my underwear and a ratty t-shirt. I walk to the door and open it up. This freakishly hot drunken chick is standing there and looking at me in a most dumbfounded manner. I think you're looking for our neighbor, I say, pointing to the door. Oh, okay, she says. Then she walks next door and starts pounding on the drunken neighbor's door. Open up, you fucking whore! She screams. I close the door and walk back to our room. Liz is sound asleep. Hi. My name is Keith. And yes, I'm a selfish cocksucker. I am 37 years old. I have long black hair and what some might call a angular or Roman nose. I live in Chicago. I have a 2-bedroom condo in the Gold Coast, and I'm generally embarrassed to tell you the location. I am partial to George Bush. I love John McCain. And I try to talk to my parents as little as possible. I don't drink as much as I used to. Clearly that's not the case tonight. I run along the lakefront as often as I can, and I have been asked to do a social marketing campaign for Pabst Blue Ribbon, a product that is successful because there hasn't been any recent marketing and is apparently cool for that reason alone. I have slept with 8 people. The first was Marissa, my high school girlfriend. I slept with Marissa 142 times. And yes, this is a shout out to Cider House Rules. Marissa liked to have sex in public places, movie theaters especially, but also parks, playgrounds, whatever. She had daddy issues. The second was Rhonda, my college girlfriend. We slept together 247 times and engaged in one threesome. The wrong kind. I have had 4 one-night stands with women, all of whom been named Lauren, that I picked up during a particularly drunken yet productive run in the late 90s at Mother's, House of Beer, and Hang Up, respectively. I also had a one-night stand with a guy named Ricky who I met at Billy's, and may or not have actually been a girl or a guy. Wow.
Fuck, man.
What is upstairs?
Theater.
Ricky was gone before I woke up, and so was my DVD player. And then there is Liz. Liz, with her awesomely curly auburn hair and her long legs. I actually don't know how many times we've slept together, but I do know that we've had sex in 17 states and 1 U.S. territory. The sex includes in no particular order: drunken sex, alley sex, which is a lot like drunken sex,
Loud sex.
makeup sex, hangover sex, couch sex, almost elevator sex, hate sex many times, dirty, fly-ridden, hostile sex, dugout sex, bathroom stall sex, car sex, back and front, the seats, that is. And 2 sunburned until they two sunburns that fully touch sex. The idea of actually sleeping with someone else at this point seems kind of off-putting to me, and yet, I think about it all the time. There is the intern, of course, but I also fantasize about the barista with the nose ring and the white girl dreads at Starbucks near us on Division. She seems kind of dirty. I'm kind of into that. The security guard with the crazy Erykah Badu hair, handcuffs, and baton at my office building. And the woman with the leather jacket, black clunky glasses that I always see on the 36 Broadway bus reading the sports section. There's also a series of random flight attendants. Doris Kearns Goodwin. That would be pre-plagiarism. The drunken neighbor, Tila Tequila, Ann Coulter. Any number of crunchy hipster waitresses at the Third Coast Uncommon Ground in Intelligentsia by the Brown Line downtown. Condoleezza Rice, Linda Cohn, our mail woman, either of the Olsen twins. I cannot tell them apart. Cindy McCain, or the daughter, I'm not that into, but. And then in no particular order, Diane Lane, Connie Britton, and Jennifer Connelly.